Hello and welcome to my world and a casual review. This week we're giving our thoughts and opinions on The Evil Within 2. Now, at the time I played this, it was over 3 years and 9 months from when I finished the original Evil Within. But the funny thing is, though, I played the original game and its sequel on two different platforms. The Evil Within I played on PC via Steam. The Within 2 I played via my Xbox One console. That's right, I wasn't going to throw it on the Xbox Series console for reasons just to make sure I balance equal use of the two consoles. So it's really that honest right there. Anyway, The Evil Within 2 picks up sometime after the original game. Sebastian's basically lost his wife, lost his kid, and gets recruited by Kidman to find his kid because she's been little Lily has been strapped in the stem, and then hijinks ensue. You get a nice little twist of plot points. You got characters who work for Mobius, finding their redemption arcs to some degree because of how basically all of it is their fault, from Torres to Kidman to even Myra herself, Sebastian's wife. And I felt like a lot of the plot points and things that were done within the story certainly work, with the exception of two things. The two in-game antagonists that Sebastian deals with, Stefano, and what the hell was the other dude's name? Theodore, Father Ted. Those two were certainly way over the top for their roles. There was an extra layer of cheese to them that where I didn't really feel like they were good primary antagonists to deal with, either for the first half of the game or for the second half of the game. Uh, so they seemed more like means to an end, which brings me to a comparison to the first game where you had Ruvik as your main overall antagonist of the first game, and you had like the various monsters like the chainsaw dude, the lockhead dude, Laura. So you kind of had like those things to deal with. And The Evil Within 2, humanizing, having two humanized to a certain degree antagonists, where one is basically a psychopath and the other is a religious nutcase, certainly takes certainly it kind of softened the tone of The Evil Within 2 a bit. But then again, it's also, that's what I like about the game, about The Evil Within 2 in comparison to the first game, is that you had more things for Sebastian to react to. Like more things to comment about, more people to work with and meet and along the way. So you got there was certainly a lot there that I liked with the cheeseball factor with the antagonists, and again a lot of the secondary characters. Controls were pretty solid, although I did have some issues with aiming at times, particularly when I thought something was like straight up center mass and ended up missing by like a foot and a half. Enemy variants were also pretty good. Nothing really stood out to me other than the fact that some things were apparently one shot, one kill if you hit them the right way, particularly boss type enemies. The Guardian in front of the in front of City Hall, in like chapter 5, chapter 4, chapter 5, I forget. It's like, okay, one shot. I was like, okay, it went down. Okay, neat. So there is that particular aspect of it that certainly led to some amusing moments where it's like, oh, okay, just one shot, one kill. So So we take it, we roll with it to a large degree. Then you had like some bosses that obviously would have taken a lot more effort. The little camera boss where you have to kind of keep it pinned down to keep it from freezing time and taking a still image to stop a timer from resetting as it relates to the field generator. Which I believe you end up seeing twice, and then you had the what was it, the cold lady that would pop up and pursue Sebastian from time to time, and some of those chase sequences, or just running away as fast as you can, bravely running away. Those certainly made for some interesting moments. Then, then you had like the final boss, Mira in her giant monster form, which was definitely a tonal shift in comparison to the rest of the game. It's like, really? And like the question, because with one of the big things about the Evil Within that really strikes a chord, though, it is that final boss, that final boss fight, where it's just a giant monster. It's like, what did they run out of ideas in regards to it? It certainly caught me off guard. Granted, the first game had a giant boss too, but at the same time, it felt like reasonable in comparison to everything else in the game. So I guess it wanted to do it again, and it just went over the top with it, or even though I think about it, the final endgame bosses probably wasn't even needed considering the final story elements. But again, that's just my opinion, my thoughts. Now, of course, let's address the one big thing here about the Evil Within 2, particularly if you play it on console and if you have your account linked to Bethesda, your at least from the Xbox side, account linked to your Bethesda account. Well, at least at the time that I played it, you get access to all the command console cheats that was on the PC version: infinite stamina, infinite ammo, and one punch, one kill, or one hit kill punches or stabs with the knife. And I can safely say that certainly made this game a lot more fun. It's like you said, it turned into a action horror game. It's like, okay, it turned into like a 15-hour movie. Where it's like, okay, you cut down all the sequences of me just roaming around doing random shit in regards to all the key plot elements and things. Yeah, it definitely would work as a movie, and I had a lot of fun with that. Because turning on all those cheats, and I not only makes this game a great casual experience, it also turns this game into what it really should be, in that it's a father looking to save their daughter. It's like it just running. Again, if the Evil Within 2 was a movie, yeah, Sebastian would take his punishment, get the scars and bruises and everything along the way, all the physical punishment. But at the same time, it's like he's just a dude looking to get his daughter back. He's looking to get his family back, as such as the plot point of nearly every Harrison Ford movie from the late 80s and early and into the 90s, it seemed. There was one little aspect that my favorite part of the game, before we wrap this up, is late in the game chapter. Ooh. You know what? I'm not editing that out, and I'm not going to re-record this. So my favorite part of the game is actually in chapter 16. Your final encounter with Father Ted. Sebastian gets to hug Lily. She goes off into the ether, and Father Ted basically sends Sebastian back to the Evil Within And it's like, oh, run through the gauntlet of that game's memorable bosses, but just murk them, like in a few button presses, or depending on how much uh like, or your settings, or how you associated your brain goo points to your or how you upgraded your weapons. You could just like walk, you can essentially walk through them in like less than 6 minutes, counting like the dialogue cutscenes and transitions from one to the next. um so just to run through, it's like, oh yeah, this is Sebastian's revenge for everything that he went through in the first game. And I thought that was really cute and clever. And the fact that you have an achievement associated with finding the flamethrower components to make a flamethrower, and to essentially one shot Laura, who was one of that game, the original game's notorious pursuers that you had to run away from and use the various bolts to try and stun her to get away and stuff. What was a lot was rather pleasing to me. Now, would I play The Evil Within 2 again? Well, considering it has the cheats, and it's like, yeah, I would. Because you got a New Game Plus run. There were achievements and stuff. Because I'm kind of curious as where the hell I didn't find 3 of the Residence memories. I'm really perturbed. I was like, I can't think of it because I was really taking my damn time and trying to find everything. Not to mention, I really didn't see where the hell those little statues were for the keys in the lockers. And then you had there was another set of the mystery items. So it was like needing a guy to just go back and go find all the stuff that was missed the first time through. But so it'll be more like, hey, just playing the game more for fun than anything else. So yeah, I definitely would play. It has certainly for me more replay value than the first game did. So anyway, those are my thoughts, my opinions, and everything. And of course, you can find my full playthrough here on the YouTube channel. It's on the Evil Within playlist. Matter of fact, you got all 5 streams of the where again that playlist contains my playthrough of the first game, as well as the playthrough of this game. So with that said, like, comment, subscribe, call me an idiot, what have you. Tighten your friendship bracelet, stay safe, and we'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.